This is today's Bible reading. Book of Joshua, chapter 17. The remainder of the land divided. Now the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of meeting there. And the land was subdued before them. But there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes, which had not yet received their inheritance. Then Joshua said to the children of Israel, "How long will you neglect to go and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers has given you? Pick out from among you 3 men for each tribe, and I will send them. They shall rise and go through the land, survey it according to their inheritance, and come back to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall remain in their territory on the south, and the house of Joseph shall remain in their territory on the north. You shall therefore survey the land in 7 parts, and bring the survey here to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. But the Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their inheritance. And Gad, Reuben, and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan on the east, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them." Then the men arose to go away, and Joshua charged those who went to survey the land, saying, "Go, walk through the land, survey it, and come back to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord in Shiloh." So the men went, passed through the land, and wrote the survey in a book in 7 parts by cities. And they came to Joshua at the camp in Shiloh. Then Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord, and there Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. The land of Benjamin. Now the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families, and the territory of their lot came out between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. Their border on the north side began at the Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north, and went up through the mountains westward. It ended at the wilderness of Beth Aven. The border went over from there toward Luz, to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward, and the border descended to Atrarot Adar, near the hill that lies on the south side of lower Beth Horon. Then the border extended around the west side to the south, from the hill that lies before Beth Horon southward, and it ended at Kiriath Baal, which is Kiriath Yearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west side. The south side began at the end of Kiriath Yearim, and the border extended on the west and went out to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah. Then the border came down to the end of the mountain that lies before the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is in the valley of the Rephaim on the north, descended to the valley of Hinnom, to the side of the Jebusite city on the south, and descended to En Rogel. And it went around from the north, went out in Shemesh, and extended toward Gelilot, which is before the ascent of Adumim, and descended to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. Then it passed along toward the north side of Arabah, and went down to Arabah, and the border passed along to the north side of Beth Hoglah. Then the border ended at the north bay at the Salt Sea, at the south end of the Jordan. This was the southern boundary. The Jordan was its border on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to its boundaries all around, according to their families. Now the cities of tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Arabah, Jericho, Beth Hoglah, Emek Keziz, Zmaraim, Bethel, Avim, Para, Ophrah, Kepar Hamoni, Ophni, and Gaba. 12 cities with their villages: Givon, Rabbah, Birot, Mizpah, Kephirah, Moza, Rechem, Irpil, Tarala, Zela, Eleph, Yebus, which is Jerusalem, Gibeath, and Kiriath. 14 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. Chapter 19, Simon's inheritance with the Judah. The second lot came out for Simon, for the tribe of the children of Simon according to their families. And their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. They had in their inheritance Beersheba, Molada, Hazar-Shual, Bala, Ezem, Eltolad, Betul, Horma, Ziklag, Beth Markabot, Hazar Susa, Beth Labaot, and Sharuan, 13 cities and their villages, Ain, Rimmon, Eter, and Ashan, 4 cities and their villages, and all the villages that were all around these cities, as far as Balat Beer, Ramah of the south. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simon according to their families. The inheritance of the children of Simon was included in the share of the children of Judah, for the share of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore, the children of Simon had their inheritance within the inheritance of that people. The land of Zebulun. The third lot came out for the children of Zebulun according to their families, and the border of their inheritance was as far as Sarid. Their border went toward the west and to Marla, went to Dabashten, and extended along the brook that is east of Yokneam. Then from Sarid it went eastward toward the sunrise along the border of Kislot Tabor, and went out toward Daberat, bypassing Japhia. And from there it passed along on the east of Gath Hefer toward Ethkazin, and extended to Rimmon, which borders Anea. Then the border went around it on the north side of Hanaton, and it ended in the valley of Ziphthon El. Included were Kethat, Nahalal, Shimron, Idala, and Bethlehem. 12 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Zebulun according to their families, these cities with their villages. The land of Issachar. The fourth lot came out to Issachar for the children of Issachar according to their families, and their territory went to Jezreel and included Cheshlot, Shunem, Ephraim, Shion, Anharat, Rabit, Kishon, Abez, Remet, Enganim, Enhada, and Beth Pazez. And the border reached Tabor, Shahazimah, and Beth Shemesh. Their border ended at the Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar, according to their families, the cities and their villages. The land of Asher. The fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families, and their territory included Helkat, Hali, Beten, Aksaf, Alamelech, Amad, and Mishal. It reached to Mount Carmel westward along the brook Shihor Libnat. It turned toward the sunrise to Beth Dagon, and it reached to Zebulun and to the valley of Ziphthah El. Then northward beyond Beth Emek and Neiel, bypassing Kabul, which was on the left, including Hebron, Rehob, Hammon, and Cana as far as Greater Sidon. And the border turned to Ramah and to the fortified city of Tyre. Then the border turned to Hosah and ended at the sea by the region of Akzib. Also Ummah, Aphek, and Rehob were included, 22 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Asher according to their families, these cities with their villages. Jebus, city of the Jebusites. Joshua 18:28. In Joshua 18:21 through 28, the biblical writer lists the cities that made up the inheritance of the tribe of Benjamin. For one of those cities, he adds an identification in parentheses, Jebus, which is Jerusalem. Jebus was the pre-Israelite name for Jerusalem, capital city of Israel. The inhabitants of Jebus, the Jebusites, are listed as one of the Canaanite tribes who dwelt in the region of central Palestine. Some scholars believe that they were a non-Semitic people, possibly related to the Hurrians. The name Jebus is not mentioned in any source outside of the Bible. The city's Hebrew name, Jerusalem, is found in the Egyptian excavation texts, 19th to 18th centuries BC, and in the documents from Tel El Amarna in Egypt, 14th to 13th centuries BC. Such evidence suggests that the city's name had been Jerusalem for several centuries. Much remains unknown about Jebus. We do not know whether the Jebusites received their name from the city Jebus, or whether Jebus was named after the Jebusites who dwelt there. When the name was changed to Jebus is not known, nor whether at some point the city could have been called by both names. It is possible that David restored the earlier name Jerusalem when he became king of Israel and captured the city from the Jebusites. The land of Naphtali. The sixth lot came out to the children of Naphtali. For the children of Naphtali, according to their families, and their border began at Heleph, enclosing the territory from the terebinth tree in Zanamim, Adaminekeb, and Yabneel, as far as Lakum. It ended at the Jordan. From Heleph, the border extended westward as North Tabor, and went out from there toward Hukok. It adjoined Zebulun on the south side and Asher on the west side, and ended at Judah by the Jordan toward the sunrise. And the fortified cities are Ziddim, Zer, Hamat, Rakat, Chineret, Adama, Rama, Hazor, Kedesh, Edrai, En Haruz, Hazor, Aaron, Migdal El, Horem, Beth Anat, and Beth Shemesh, 19 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, according to their families, the cities and their villages. The land of Dan. The seventh lot came out for the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families, and the territory of their inheritance was Zorah, Ishtaol, Ir Shemesh, Shalabin, Aijalon, Jetala, Elon, Timnah, Ekron, Elteke, Givteon, Balat, Yehud, Ben Berak, Gat Rimmon, Me Jarkon, and Rakon, with the region near Yopa. And the border of the children of Dan went beyond these, because the children of Dan went up to fight against Leshem and took it. And they struck it with the edge of the sword, took possession of it, and dwelt in it. They called Leshem Dan after the name of Dan their father. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan according to their families, these cities with their villages. Joshua's inheritance. When they had made an end of dividing the land as an inheritance according to their borders, the children of Israel gave an inheritance among them to Joshua the son of Nun. According to the word of the Lord, they gave him the city which he asked for, Timnath-Serah in the mountains of Ephraim, And he built a city and dwelt in it. These were the inheritance which Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel divided as an inheritance by lot in Shiloh before the Lord, at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. So they made an end of dividing the country. Sumerian cities of refuge, Joshua 21-9. When Israel entered Canaan, they appointed 6 locations to be cities of refuge. These cities were intended to stop the emergence of blood feuds, since the custom of blood revenge was long-standing. They were places where someone who had killed another by accident could go in order to escape the quick revenge of the dead person's family. These cities were not places where justice could be avoided, but places where further bloodshed could be prevented while an investigation took place. Other Near Eastern peoples besides Israel provided places of refuge for its fugitives. A Sumerian incantation hymn dedicates a temple to the god Ninurta on the battlefield by the cities of all the countries. The temple is described as the house of refuge, white house of the protective deity, as described in the Sumerian hymn. This house of refuge functioned as a far-off ship moored in a foreign land for the person who was confined to it. It was designated for that person who is in his own village. Any man could cut him down. The Sumerian text does not explicitly describe the reasons why the individual would need refuge in the temple of Ninurta. In contrast, the Israelite laws do specify what constituted an intentional or accidental homicide. Both the Sumerians and Israelites believed that their gods offered protection to certain persons. Ninurta is called the protective deity, and Moses establishes the cities of refuge at the command of Yahweh. Both cultures knew that a place of refuge was needed to curb uncontrollable blood feuds. Now, chapter 20, the cities of refuge. The Lord also spoke to Joshua, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, saying, appoint for yourselves cities of refuge, of which I spoke to you through Moses, that the slayer who kills a person accidentally or unintentionally may flee there, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. And when he flees to one of those cities, and stands at the entrance of the gate of the city, and declares his case in the hearing of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city as one of them, and give him a place, that he may dwell among them. Then if the avenger of blood pursues him, they shall not deliver the slayer into his hand, because he struck his neighbor unintentionally, but did not hate him beforehand. And he shall dwell in that city until he stands before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the one who is high priest in those days. Then the slayer may return and come to his own city and his own house, to the city from which he fled." So they appointed Kadesh in Galilee, in the mountains of Naphtali, Shechem in the mountains of Ephraim, and Kiriath Arba, which is Hebron, in the mountains of Judah. And on the other side of the Jordan, by Jericho eastward, they assigned Bezer in the wilderness on the plain, from the tribe of Reuben, Ramoth in Gilead, from the tribe of Gad, and Golan in Bashan, from the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the stranger who dwelt among them, that whoever killed a person accidentally might flee there, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until he stood before the congregation. Amen. This is the end of the Bible reading today. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. God bless you, and see you tomorrow.